Ed Loughran. You didn't want to put yourself out of it. You kept yourself right there today.
Yep.
You said you might get a couple of big bites, might keep you there but you knew what you were going to be doing. Was everything the way you expected it with the weather changes?
Not really. I actually thought I was going to try to catch a couple on top early and then probably flip the rest of the day. And I did catch a couple early, one on top, one flipping. But then I went by an area and I hadn't caught anything there in practice, but I threw a bait in there and a fish boiled up and missed my topwater lure, threw back on him with a D-bomb and caught him, and that was a 3-pounder. And that actually clued me into something that ended up catching, I think, 4 of my 5 fish that I weighed, including, a couple of good ones. So I kind of changed midstream, and it really is going to be something tomorrow, I think, with the calmer conditions. I'm not sure about the sun, but the calmer conditions are going to help me. So I may be able to repeat tomorrow. I don't know.
Without getting too detailed, what kind of adjustment do you make? Were you coming from moving to slowing down? What did you have to do overall?
Yeah, I mean, it actually was just low depth. It was just depth. And that, I tried fishing real shallow. It didn't work in practice, but it worked today. So I don't know if that's going to end up being the case tomorrow with the sun, but the problem was that there were waves rolling through the shallow water with the high winds today. So I think a calmer day may actually help me because it'll expand the areas I could actually fish.
Was it just a couple of different rods, couple different baits, or?
Yeah, it was just basically 3 rods. So I ended up fishing a D-bomb and then 2 topwaters. So a Spro Frog and then another topwater.
You feel good about tomorrow? Or still just kind of up in the air? I'll have to see.
It's still up in the air. It's Lake Ray Roberts. It's up and down. It's unpredictable. And but I do know where they live. I focused now in on one small pocket and then one larger area, and that's where I'm staying. And that's it. I ran around a little today after I got my 15 pounds, trying to find something, just luck out and catch a big one. Never happened. So I'm going to really just pummel those areas that I know there are some fish there, and just really fish them hard and fish like tomorrow is the last day.
Do you wish, after it's all said and done, you had your 15 pounds, you weighed your 15 pounds, do you wish maybe you stick around and try to upgrade that a little bit, or are you just okay with where you're at now?
I'm okay with the way that I fished. I mean, I think it was a decent decision. Given the way the day was going, I think it was reasonable the way that I fished, and I think that it made sense to do what I did and not pummel the area, because I don't think there are a ton of fish in this lake, and I think a lot of them probably got caught today that are up feeding and ready to eat. So I think, and this is contrary to most elite tournaments, even though we have a smaller field, most elite tournaments, you often see the weights go up the second day because people get honed in on things. I think this tournament, just because of what I think is a lower population or maybe lower number of fish that are actually up and feeding to where we can get them, I think the weights may go down tomorrow. So.
Okay, final question. You're in your first Bassmaster Classic and your boss, John Cruz, is working the show. Does that make you feel really good?
No, it makes me feel bad. I wish he were here. I wish he was here fishing it. He's going to make it next year. I'm on the line. I don't know if I'm going to make it now next year. We've got 2 tournaments left, and I've got an opportunity, but John's pretty far up there in the standings.
Yeah, you still have to bust his chops a little bit, because that's my job.
I might a little.
All right, man, thanks.
Thank you.